Oh, it's a monster, you guys. It's a monster. What?
Snow is like down to my knees.
Yeah, I've got an underwater camera set up down there that should be showing us what's going down underneath the ice. You guys, welcome back to another episode. I am out at the mountain fishing farm. It is a cold day today, a perfect day to go ice fishing. And not just any type of ice fishing. We're gonna fish today for some monsters. I'm bringing the ice tent along, which I don't think we've ever used on the channel before. We gotta just go ahead and feed the goats real quick. Hi Mama, how are you doing? These guys already had breakfast, but I just wanna make sure they get a little lunch before we take off. Look at Bobber, my goodness. Hi Danny, hi Salty. Whoa, hey girls, what are you guys doing over here? Come on, go lay some eggs or something. Oh, Rainbow. What's going on? You want a little snack? Oh, Danny. Hello, Salty. Oh, I have a great idea. Why don't we take Salty ice fishing with us one of these days? She could like hang out in the ice tent, maybe on like an overnighter or something. We'll just bring some hay. Now, Salty, what do you think about that? All right, the animals are all fed, so let's get up to the lake. We're, by the way, heading up to like a small mountain lake that should be frozen over. We're gonna try and catch a big juicy PB today that we're gonna cook up together. And I also brought the underwater camera gear along. Man, I cannot wait to get to the lake, and we're almost there. Last year when I was there with Bobber, we caught some pretty big brook trout. That was my PB for sure last year. And if any of those brook trout are still in that lake and have been munching on bugs up there all year, they could be even bigger now. So that's what we're gonna do. This is gonna be a little bit of a science mission to see if these trout have grown since we've been there last. Man, it's like a winter wonderland up here. There's so much snow. Ooh, steep hill, fishtailing just a little bit. Fishtailing. Oh, baby. All right, we made it. Now, this is way higher elevation than down at the farm, so this lake should be frozen solid. Ooh, man, look at all that ice down there. This lake is looking juicy. Now, I really should get a larger ice sled. This little baby here is pretty small, barely carries the gear in there already. And then, like, how are we gonna fit the ice tent in there? So I think it's gonna be time to upgrade. We're gonna start taking our ice fishing a lot more serious. Man, the snow is deep, super deep. So I'm thinking we try maybe back here in this portion of the lake. Kind of looks like it turns into a nice little shallow pool right over there with a little bit of a corner. So maybe right here around that corner, maybe that's where the trout are going to be hanging out. My theory behind trying to fish the shallows is that brook trout tend to hang out in very, very shallow areas. Look at this right here. There's some animal tracks going across the ice. Looks like either deer or maybe a couple of coyotes. So I think this right here looks like a perfect spot to drill a couple of holes right there in that animal trail. And man, it's just absolutely beautiful day out here. Oh, Time to drill an ice hole. How about we do one like right here? Oh man, that ice is deep. Oh. That's some thick ice. Now, since we're gonna be setting up the ice tent, we're looking for a bit more of a permanent shelter. So I'm just gonna check out how deep it is right here, because I don't wanna be in like 2 inches of water, but I also don't wanna be in 20 feet of water. Oh, what's that? I think, oh man, there's some poop here or something. I think it's coyote poop. So whatever came across here, it probably was coyotes, and they left us a present right here. So that might be the lucky hole, boys and girls. All right, we'll clean that up more later. Let's just see how deep it is. For that, all we got to do is just send the little ice jig down until it bottoms out. Oh wow, we're already on the bottom. Let's see, so right there's the bottom. And we're about 3.5 or 4 feet deep right there. That is pretty much perfect. Why don't we give that a try? Okay, since we're gonna be inside the tent though, let's just get all that poop out of the way. Remember, we always wanna have a nice clean hole. We're also gonna drill another hole just a little shallower right there, where we're gonna set up a fish trap. We're gonna set up the tent right there and fish the 3.5 foot water, and then right here it's probably gonna be about 2 feet deep, and we're gonna fish that with the fish trap. So we're just gonna make a little channel like that. All right, the old trusty fish trap. Now with me in the bag, I've got a tin of worms, and we got to keep these worms warm out here because it's so cold. If we just leave the tin out, they'll all freeze on us. So I'm just gonna be keeping them in my backpack, or once we get in the ice tent, it'll be warm enough. Let's find a nice lively one. Ooh yeah, that guy right there, perfect. Smaller worm. I don't want a huge worm because we're fishing with a little tiny treble hook right here. And the last thing we want to do is completely cover that treble hook with worm, because then if a trout bites, he's not going to get hooked if there's no tips exposed anywhere. So we're just popping that worm on like that, and you can see that the tips are still exposed. All right, let's send that worm down there. And we're going to set the trap. All right, the mouse trap is set. Basically, if a fish bites, it'll tug the line, which should release the trigger on the trap and release the bail. And then right there, you can see that little zip tie that's attached to the last eye of the pole is set on a little trigger down there. And then it'll release, the pole should snap up, and in theory, set the hook for us. One little trick that I learned from you guys in the comments about ice fishing is that if you leave this mound of snow and ice around your hole, it actually insulates the hole a little bit. Basically, the winds, the cold winds, don't touch the water, and it'll delay the freezing of the hole. All right, time to set up our tent. Man, I can't wait to get in there because it is definitely pretty chilly out here. All right, so I want the door right there. That way if we hear the trap go off, we can jump right out to it, and we can actually watch the trap from inside the tent. Welcome to our icy little home. It's actually an insulated ice tent, so it actually stays pretty warm. Oh, that's crazy. I can actually see the bottom down there now. There's, looks like we're between some lily pads and stuff, which might be perfect. Oh, that's so exciting. All right, let's get the rest of the gear in here and start jigging for some trout. Oh, the trap. We got one, boys.
We got one. Look at that.
Come on, baby. Come on. The trap for the win. That's a fish on, baby. It feels good, too. It feels really good. What is this? Oh, it's a monster, you guys. It's a monster. What? Oh, it's tail first. Tail first. That's not good. That's not good. What in the world? Oh, it's pulling line. It's pulling some drag here, guys. Oh, it's coming in tail first again. Oh, it's a monster. It's a monster. Oh, whoa, monster brookie. Oh, man, look at this monster. I can't even fit them all in the frame here. Look at this monster brook trout with the battle scars on his tail there and this giant, giant mouth. You can tell by that it's a huge, huge male. Guys, this monster here, he inhaled that hook. I mean, it is gone. I'm gonna have to cut this guy open to even get my hook back. So he just put this guy to sleep right away. And he's gonna provide a meal for us out here and this is a lot of meat on this guy right here. That's a lot of meat on a monster brook trout, for sure, PB. I tell you what, lengthwise, where is he at? End of the pole to the base of the first ring. I'll measure that at home and throw in right here. All right, got our hook back out and he even left us the worm. Oh no, he broke off. How did this happen? The rod tip actually broke off. Guys, I broke my tip. Did I screw up or did this big fish, did he break the tip? Oh man, that means that the fish trap is out of commission. All right, while I sort out that mess that we've got going on outside, what I'm actually gonna do is set up the second pole and have you guys fish a little bit here for me. I've got an underwater camera set up down there that should be showing us what's going down underneath the ice. Now, the setup that you're gonna fish is just this little tiny jig right there. Then we're just gonna take a little piece of that worm that we had out there and just put it on to that jig, just like a little tail. There we go. There we go. And then we're just gonna lower it down into the hole and kind of jig it. Oh, there's already a trout down there. Already a trout. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's a fish on, baby. Fish on right away. Another monster. There were two giant brook trout there right away. Oh, he's in the boat. Oh, he's a monster. He's a monster. Look at that. An absolute another monster brook trout. Took it right away. Took it right there. There was a second one. Guys, I've got two fish here and I don't even know what to do with them yet. Let's get this guy here off the hook. Oh, come on, baby. Oh, man. Tell you guys what, I don't have any fish at home right now, so the limit here is 5 trout. If the fishing's good, why don't we catch a limit today? I usually don't do that, but since, like I said, I don't have any fish in the freezer, I wouldn't mind to stock up, especially because these are some really nice, big, juicy brook trout. Look at that thing. Look at that monster. Let's get that hook right back down there and see if we can get that other one. Let's see if that other one's still down there. I've got a chair that I haven't even set up yet or anything. Oh man, cannot believe that. Cannot believe that. Let's see. I'm sight fishing, man. I'm looking down there in the hole while hopefully you guys have a good view down there with the camera. Let's just kind of see if we can tickle another one up. Oh, I know, buddy. I know. Tell you what, I'm just going to set that still here real quick. We got to put that fish out of its misery. Since we're going to keep it anyways, there's no reason to have it there suffering. There we go. Let's put that one to sleep right away. Perfect. All right, we got 2 fish. Yes. I wonder if that other one is still there. Maybe he got spooked because his buddy just like went up into a different dimension. Tell you what I wanted to do, I'll set up that chair right there as our little fighting chair for that rod, so it has a fighting chance to not get pulled into the water. I'm gonna go out there real quick, take care of the fish. You guys keep your eye on the jig right there. Oh man, this is crazy. I'm actually gonna rearrange the tent here real quick. Okay, let's see if the pole is still here. Yeah, it is here. Any fish down there? There's a little woodpecker out there making noise for us. Now here's the view that I've got right there. You can see the ice is just incredibly thick. It's got to be at least 18 inches or so. We could probably take the truck on this lake and be just fine. You guys, every time I say that we're going to try and get a limit, that's when things slow down. I need to stop saying that. I really need to stop saying it. Oh, man. And I keep hearing that woodpecker out there. Why don't we set the rod here for a second? I want to go check out and see if we can find that little guy. Oh, there he is. There's one of them right there. Oh, there's another one. There's a whole bunch of woodpeckers here. Oh, man, the snow is like down to my knees. Look at that. Look at that little guy. He's there pecking at that tree looking for bugs. Man, you guys, those are giant woodpeckers. I don't know if they're the same species. That one there is a lot smaller, actually, about that big right there. But the other one was like, yeah, he was like this big. And he has like a red head. He jumped into another tree up there pecking away. They're just eating little bugs that are inside these dead trees. You can see those ones right there don't have any green on them. So those trees died, they get infested by bugs, and then the woodpeckers come out and they drill holes into those trees looking for bugs. Man, the snow is deep. Right there, I got snow all over inside my boots. Now this coming week, I'll be down at the Puyallup Sportsman Show. Remember, that's Saturday, the February 1st, and Sunday, February 2nd. I'm gonna be teaching a couple of trout fishing classes. So I hope to see a bunch of you guys at the show. I'm just gonna be hanging out there with you guys, having some fun. We're gonna do a live catch and cook together for sure at like a trout pond. We're gonna catch some trout, cook them up together. But man, yeah, I can't wait to see you guys. It's been a long time since we've done like a meet and greet. So I'll see you guys at the show. Drop in the comments if you guys will be at the show. Remember, Saturday and Sunday, February 1st and 2nd in Puyallup, Washington at the Sportsman Show. All right, so we're probably just gonna fish into the night here a little bit. The sun is slowly setting, so that means the underwater footage, the less light there is, the worse the underwater footage is. So but we'll still see if we can see something down there. And I'm just gonna make a little cook station right here. I think right down there next to us, so we can just kind of cook some trout right there while we keep fishing. Actually, first things first, we're gonna make us a little evening cup of coffee. There we go. While that water heats up in there, we're just gonna do is we're gonna clean up one of these trout. We're gonna do the big boy. Man, this guy's like the size of a salmon. So after that cut on the belly, all we're gonna do is just a cut right there behind the head, through the spine, and now you can just take the whole head, rip that, and out come the guts with the head right there. And we've got us a cleaned out trout. Got our fish right there, and man, look at this. It's like a steam sauna inside the tent right there, and water is ready. We're just gonna pour that right there in the press. I wonder if the trout want some hot water. Or that'll warm up the hole a little bit so it doesn't keep freezing. So tempting to take a sip. So tempting.
Oh, we gotta let it cool for just a second.
And the sun, she's setting back there. It's crazy when she goes down. It gets a lot colder out here. But it's beautiful. It's just us out here on this entire lake. It's a really small lake, actually. You can see there's some cliffs up there. It's like a high mountain lake.
All right, coffee.
Ooh, that coffee should be close to ready. Oh. Ooh, it's hot, but it's perfect.
Ooh, man, I mean, just look at that right there. Just a delicious cup of hot black coffee.
What in the world? That's how, I mean, did you see that? That's how fresh this trout is right there. He's still, all right, so we're just gonna take one of these fillets off right here. Start off with a nice shallow cut. Don't wanna go too deep on the first cut.
Cut right through the pin bones right here. Go right over the spine.
Look at the color of this trout meat right there. I mean, this fillet is like the size of a salmon fillet, and it's also the color of a salmon fillet. That's unbelievable. Man, what I'm probably just gonna do here is cut this guy into like some steaks like that, just because there's no way that this thing is fitting into the pan all at once. I've got that coffee on there, just staying nice and hot, but we're gonna move that pan on. We'll take about 2.5 tablespoons of butter here. Ooh, yeah, look at that butter. And we are going to do something different today. I didn't have any onions, so I brought some garlic instead and a couple of pieces of bacon that we're going to cook up our trout with. Man, look at the size of these cloves right here. Ooh, yeah. Now, this is actually garlic that my neighbors grew, and I planted a whole bunch of garlic, like hundreds of garlic plants in the fall that should be ready for harvest come early summer. So I'll keep you guys updated. We're gonna have a massive vegetable garden at the farm and the trout pond so we can catch our own fish and harvest our onions and do our catch and cooks right there at the farm if we want to. Now we're gonna do big chunks of garlic. Oh, there we go. That's a really big chunk of garlic.
Tell you what, we can start scooting some of that fish in there too.
Oh, it's so icy. Make a little bit of room for that trout. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. I hope no one's garlic shy here. Oh, you guys, I almost forgot. Our Danish sea salt. We're just gonna put a little bit in, just a little bit, because that bacon is probably already a little bit salty. Just throw a little bit of that Danish sea salt on the fish, just to get those minerals. Everything's freezing up. It's getting really cold inside the tent here, because we don't have a heater, and it's just like a sauna. Oh man, I can just see that the steam is just freezing to the walls of the tent everywhere. It's getting really cold, you guys. Man, one more fish would have been really nice, but you know what? Cannot complain at all with the two that we got. Two beauties. Both of those brook trout are complete PBs. I didn't even know they could get that big. Oh man. All right. Let's just go ahead and take a little peek at what we got going on right here. I had to break the trout down just a little bit more just so it cooks evenly. Remember, we never want to eat trout raw. Make sure it's cooked all the way. Ooh, yeah, just turn it around in the butter. Oh, did we just have a bite? There's a fish down there. There's a fish down there. We just had a bite. Just had a bite at a massive, massive fish. Come on, baby. There he is. There he is. Oh, snapped at it. Snapped at it. Come on, baby. There there he is, fish on. Oh no, lost him. Send the jig back down. I think there's a second one. I think there's a second fish. Fishing just the naked jig. Naked jig. Oh, how crazy. That was that was even bigger. That was an even bigger brook trout. Okay, they're still biting. They're still biting. I'm gonna get another piece of worm onto our jig there since this little guy is completely naked now. Hear me out. We're gonna try this instead. We're gonna take a little piece of bacon and put a bacon tail onto that jig hook. I have no clue if this is gonna work, but I'm curious. Bacon under the jig. If this catches a monster, it'll make me kind of rethink everything. Oh, guys, it just smells like bacon and garlic butter in here right now. That's just, it's like a bacon garlic sauna. Oh, come on, man. Where did that fish go? For sure pricked him. I pricked him for sure, so I don't think that one's coming back. But if I'm not mistaken, I did see 2 trout down there. Now we're going all the way here, boys and girls. I've got some organic whole wheat tortillas. We're gonna make us a nice bacon, trout, garlic wrap. We're just gonna throw that tortilla right on top of there. I don't have any cheese with me today, otherwise we'd crust it onto the tortilla like we usually do, but we're just gonna steam it a little bit in the pan there. I'm still looking down there. No takers yet. No one's taken the bacon. Oh man, it's beautiful outside here too. You can for sure. It's getting so cold out here. Ooh, yeah. All right. Oh, that feels amazing. Look at that. Look how steamy that tortilla is. Let's go ahead and throw the bacon in first. Some big chunks of trout. Let me know in the comments. You guys like garlic? You like garlic? Lots of garlic? Little bit of garlic? Or no garlic? Are you a garlic hater? I don't know. I don't know about you. Oh, here we go. Pull the pan off. Everything's done, but we're just gonna leave that flame go in there a little bit for some heat. It's our little bonfire in here. Ooh, yeah. All right, you guys, cheers. We pulled it off. PB brook trout, absolute monsters in here through the ice. Let's go ahead and give this a try. Man, the garlic and the bacon, it's like those two are best friends in there, and they just invited that trout into their friend group, and they're all hanging out in there and so happy. I don't know if the trout are a huge fan of the bacon, though. Man, what a day. All right, I've got everything packed up. It is freezing cold out here. Look at this. Our other fish already frozen, completely solid, so we're gonna throw them into the ice sled with the other. Oh man, my hands are absolutely freezing. I forgot the gloves up in the truck, so I gotta get out of here. That's all I got for you guys anyways. But man, just check out that beautiful sunset. Or leave a like on the video if you guys enjoyed it. Drop a comment. I'll see you guys in the comment section. Subscribe if you're brand new. We'll see you next week for the next fishing adventure. Or at the Sportsman Show. Until then, you all know it. Fish on, baby.